I guess going from one potential bomb to another, the Marvels is tracking to be, uh, well, quite bombastic by the sounds of it.
What is the tracking on it?
So it just came out. So this is yeah. So this is the long range forecast. So obviously, it's still a month out. We won't have official ones from like anybody till like the week before or maybe 10 days. Currently, high end of 75, low end of 50. Now, if case anybody's wondering, the original opened with 150 million. So
now you could also go back a little bit to when Guardians came out, which wasn't that long ago. Guardians 3, that was tracking quite low.
Yeah,
and it still came out and cracked the 100. Or was it 115? It got
right. It was definitely
weekend,
not
I think
as high
it was
as
around
the
there.
second one. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's still. It's not necessarily accurate. I think tracking's had a massive hit at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
But every movie is making less at the minute, really. Who knows what like Barbie and Oppenheimer would have made 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Like no movie. Like yes, you get exceptions like those at the minute, but nothing's really doing great. Now, what was that Tom Cruise movie that came out and absolutely tanked?
Mission Impossible.
That's the one. Yeah, everyone expected that to do massive numbers.
That was literally
fizzled out.
Like, if you look at the end of the year report for last year, going into looking this year, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 was estimated at 1.6 billion.
Yeah. Everyone's hyping up saying, "Oh, it's gonna make $1 billion," and when it came out, it didn't even hit that.
This man was up against Barbie and Oppenheimer and pray for him. Tom Cruise was like,
pray for a
"Please move the movie."
So, I do want to also point something out because I went and just briefly checked. Going into this year, again, those same charts with, hey, Dead Reckoning is going to be one of the biggest films. Aquaman 2 was listed as 1 billion, and The Marvels, or Captain Marvel 2, was listed as 700 million. So, I mean, people knew that this film obviously wasn't going to be as big as the first because it doesn't have that whole Avengers Endgame Infinity War sandwich factor. Like, there's a lot to this. I do think, obviously, it's a bad look for them because, I mean, you'd probably want the film at least to crack easily. The bottom end should be 75 million, in my opinion. Like,
yeah. So I'd be very surprised if it didn't do the same as Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, honestly.
And I think the naming convention's got a lot to do with it as well, right? You've had Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War. You've always had the name in the subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther, you had Black Panther. Now it's Wakanda Forever. What is it? The same or is it different?
Well,
like different name implies a different thing.
I mean,
that's from Captain Marvel to the Marvels.
Like. See, that's the thing, because we've seen international territories, specific chains are literally, it's called Captain Marvel 2 in other regions by Disney and Marvel. Like, and one thing I looked at why this is, local regions that were pooled, you pool in like, hey, 100 people, come here. What sounds better? What do you think? Literally, the awareness of The Marvels being a sequel to Captain Marvel 2 in some territories was non-existent. People did not know. So, like, I think that is a little problematic.
You could always come out here and be like, hey, we're doing Captain Marvel 2. The Marvels was its own thing completely, like just side thing. Right.
Exactly. So, like, we don't know. So, I don't know. It's a little weird. Like, this is definitely in the bomb territory, but we don't know till we get there. Like, to where a couple.
I reckon it was still pulling like 750 mil for the total run.
I'm thinking like 600 to 750 is where I'm seeing it as. It's going to be profitable, but how profitable?
I think it also comes down to the reviews too, right?
Yeah.
If the reviews is trash, then it's about to go hand in hand of like $1 and a cookie.
I mean, at the minute, that's all people can afford anyway. So
that's true. Right. $1 and a cookie. Damn. Look, we got like, it's less than a month to go till this film. Obviously, we're going to talk about it. We'll talk more about the final box office rundown when it hits. So just stay tuned for that, and we'll get